What's going on, YouTube? I hope everyone is having a great Friday. Happy Friday, by the way. I am Big Ben. Welcome back to the channel. And I want to walk you through my pins trades as promised. And what I did, if I close it out for a loss, if I end up rolling some of my trades, it wasn't too bad. But I had to end up closing, I think, maybe one out for a loss. And I rolled a couple others, which, as for the time being now, it's recorded as a paper loss, but I end up receiving credits. So, and when you receive a credit for rolling a trade, which is what you want to do, it actually adds to the previous amount that you have, or that's allotted into your trade. So if you sell to open a trade, let's say in pins, and you sell it and you receive $2 credit, and you did a 5 spread wide. Okay, so you have $300 of risk on and a possibility of $200 in profit. Well, if the trade goes against you like it did me, and I rolled my trade, or if you roll your trade into next week and receive a 50-cent credit, which is $50, then your total that you have a possibility of earning is $250 even. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, the market's open, it's live, and I have pins up. Okay, so what happened here is pins end up staying at the nice trend line here that I drew across. So what may happen is that pins will consolidate here, and then it has time to make its decision on whether it breaks this trend line and goes down, or from here it bounces off of support. Okay, so it didn't necessarily work in my favor today. Wish it would, but that's trading. So let me go and show you my trades. All right, there you go. Market is live. Okay, and here we go. Here is one of my main trading accounts over here in Fidelity. As you can see, I'm actually down now. I think my last video I was down maybe like around $5,500 or $5,800, and as of now I'm down $6,556. And once again, I will say, cool as a fan. Okay, and I reiterate that because these are leaps. All right, and this leap expires January 20th, 2023 at a 65 strike price. And pins, which is Pinterest, as you see, I had my trade pins in here and I closed it out, and possibly could have rolled it for a credit, but I don't want to roll out until 2 to 3 months in the future, not truly knowing what possibilities stop when it's all said and done. We're pretty much managing a risk at best, in hopes of a profit. Okay, so besides closing pins out 100%, I also had to roll down my Tesla. And as a matter of fact, when I rolled it down, Tesla actually started grinding back up. So when I rolled this down I had 2 open at 675, and I bought protection at 670. And as you can see, it's up $119. Had I waited, I would have probably ended up taking about 90% profit right now, because I believe Tesla is up. Yeah, Tesla is back up over $700. Okay, here we go. Here's the right account. All right, so with the Tesla trade, as I said before, had a 675 sell to open and 670 protect me, so I can enter in a credit spread. And that was actually, I took a small loss for around $40, but I ended up rolling it about maybe a 80 or 70 cent credit per contract, and I have 2 contracts. This was the pins in the last video that I told you guys I end up selling against when I did the poor man's cover call, and I sold it for like 43 cents. See, the proceeds $433.14. I bought it back today at 3 cents and taking in a total of $402.79. That was pins. And then the actual credit spread I had on the pins, I took that for a hard loss for $20.94. That's over almost like $510, $15. So This is why I made some profit here, $402. I took the loss in Tesla for $40, and then the loss in Pens, the credit spread, for about $510, all for a total of $159.48 loss on the day. All right, it's not bad. Small loss. We would have did better. I should not have put on. I got greedy. It happens, but I put on that Pens credit spread in the hopes of the stock will at least gap up maybe like $5 or $10. But as I always say, no one can predict or know what will happen in the stock market. Okay, because there's a lot of stocks. Example, Amazon, that crushed earning, unbelievable, and the stock was not up as much as it is today. So, looking at the week, it's $136.35. Not bad. Green is green. We take our money, we look for the trades today, and then we try again next week to hit our goal. And for personally, for my accounts, if I can make about $500 and better, that works just fine for me, depending on all your goals and stuff. So you have to be realistic about your trading, because if I tried to trade to make about $5,000 a month, which I mean I have done, or even a week, you have to be realistic and you have to go more aggressive in your trades. So just kind of being easy and laid back about your trades is your mind state, in my opinion, on how you want to be when trying to trade in the stock market. You know, so that was my profit for the week, about $146. But if you take a look at my this trading account, I mean, I can easily take off this credit spread in Netflix and the one I just put on for Tesla and make about $270. And I got a small one in KMB also. So I can take these off for a grand total of about $300 to kind of boost up my profits. But what I like to do is I like to let the credit spreads work because they're income trades. Okay. So with this one, KMB expiring the 4th of June this year, I mean, I would usually wait to mid-May to kind of evaluate and see where I am, you know, whether I have a profit or a loss, and then see what the stock is and kind of evaluate what I'm going to do then. So Netflix, May 21st, and then Tesla, like I said, I wrote it down to next week, which the end of the last trading day is May 7th. Okay. So, and then for Pens here, so we'll go ahead and we'll do a live trade. We'll go ahead and see what I want to sell this for. And technically, because Pens is down today, $1.57, this is not the best day to sell against Pens. You want to wait for the stock to rally. Okay, because you get a little bit of a bump in implied volatility, and you can usually come out a little bit further, maybe like at the 90 strike, the 85 strike, and get a better deal, maybe a dollar per contract. But when it's down $1.57, your best bet is to come down here and sell either a credit spread or a naked put if your account allows for it. Okay, but since we are live today, we'll take a look at next week. And I like to look at the probability of OTM, which is the probability of out of the money. I tend to like to pick 80% and higher out of the money. Now, for me, aggressive is 69 to 75% because Pens can easily pop up to $69 or $70. All right. So what I also like to do is look at the market maker move, which if you never heard of the market maker move, this little, if you use Thinkorswim, or a lot of trading platforms come with it nowadays, this number right here in the top right, this little plus minus 4.11, is the market maker. So Pens can next week sometime rally in one day to $70, but then the very next day or over 2 days pull back to $68. So it goes either way. But this is no market maker move. This is what the market sets, and this is how they come out and they set the prices for each and every week per stock. Okay, but since we live, and another thing, if you guys are wondering why I'm using Thinkorswim for my charting and Fidelity for my actual trades, Thinkorswim hands down to me has the best program, like platform. I just moved all my money over to Fidelity and had it there now for about maybe 2 or 3 years, and I just got used to trading this way. But I think what I'll end up doing is probably coming right here at the 81%. Now, next week, I'll make a video on the status and update this actual pins trade, because what I'm doing now is entering into another poor man's covered call. Okay, so I have 10 leaps contracts. So if I come here and I sell 10, I'll receive in between 55 cent and 59 cent. I try to get maybe 57 cent. And then you times that by 10, that'll end up being $570 if I get in at 57, 56 or so forth. Okay. But like I said, just because we're live today, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. If pins rally next week sometime, I'll go ahead and take whatever necessary steps to buy it back or roll it out in time. So let's go ahead and go over. So once again, I'm looking at maybe the 71 strike or the 72 strike, 85% versus 81%. Okay. So we come back here and pull up the option chain. Next week's what I want. This right here, we want calls because we're entering into another poor man cover call. So pins at 155. So I'm gonna go ahead and people are bidding in at 70. 1,922 contracts, open interest. So I'm gonna come here to the 71. 10 contracts. Usually I like to come in here for the market value. So the bid is at 54, the ask is at 59. So if I put it here at a market value, they probably get me in for like 56. So this is for the day. As you can see, 10 call contracts. Okay, this won't affect any of this because I already have my stake and my share and my leverage, which are the leaps. Okay, so I come here, preview. Go. All right. Commission $6.50, 65 cents per contract. Estimated order value $533.50. See it populate down here at the bottom. And there we go. Live trade, ladies and gentlemen. So I have the 71 call. Expiration Friday next week, which is May 7th. The most we can make from this trade is around maybe $53, $54, a little bit less because of fees and all that stuff. So credit hits the account immediately. I can go ahead and resell or do whatever else I'm going to do inside this account. All right. So I'm going to leave these on. I'm going to let these trade. And this is pretty much my update, my pins contract, and what I actually did and how I rolled out these other trades. Okay, so like I said, cool as a fan. We just gonna let this sit. Once again, expires January 20, 2023, and we just let that roll, man. So if pins were to challenge me next week, I'll just roll it out in time. Okay, so that's one account that I had pins in. Let me take it to my other account I had pins in and what I did with that. This is mainly my dividend account. So pins, I had a naked put, and as you can see, the label here is naked put. So naked put just means that you basically are selling to open a contract, and you're willing to buy those shares at whatever price you selected. But in our case, what we do is we sell to open out of the money, hoping to collect that premium for that week or whenever or expiration week that we have on. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of my puts expires 2 to 3 weeks out in time. So here you have Apple expires the 28th, Activision expires next week, Chewy 28th, DraftKings next week. I think I end up rolling DraftKings. But anyways, with pins, I went ahead and I rolled down from the 70 strike price down to the 69.5. Okay, so technically I was down maybe around $70, $80. I don't know exactly, but I rolled it down to give myself more time, and I end up adding to my overall credit received. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull that up. Pins is right here. Pins, I had the 70 strike, rolling that down today. Okay, so pins, I end up rolling it, and when I rolled it, I got hit for $54.37. I rolled it down for about 30 or 40 cents. okay, which added to my previous credit I received. So even though this goes down as a paper loss, and when you look at your account statement and it may say a loss of $54.37, just know that when you roll it out in time, it adds more money to your previous amount that you had for the trade. So my previous amount for the trade was maybe like $270, and now there's over $300 possibility I can receive next week if it expires out of the money, or if I buy it back around 10 cent maybe, or 5 cent or 20 cent. Okay. And I closed a couple of trades here. RBLX for $74. Etsy, closed it and profit of $108.63. Tesla, I end up rolling this down. Okay, I had the 700, 695. I'm kicking myself a little bit now because it happens in trading. As you can see, Tesla now is at $708.34. So we definitely would have been right on the money with this, probably buying it back now for about 20 cents. Okay. Coming back up, bounce right here. Tesla bounced right here off of the 100 exponential moving average. Now it's working its way back up. It hit resistance right here at the 50. So this may actually creep back down later on towards the day, or it's going to break out and head higher. All right. But that's Tesla. Okay. So I received a credit in that maybe for like 70 or 80 cents. And DraftKings, I closed this for just a flat out loss. It was no way to break even. So I went ahead and ate the cost on this trade, which is why I'm down today, $590.83. Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead and show you guys on the weekly to see how we did. For the week, you can see that we made a total of $406.27. Almost hit the goal, but hey, green week is a green week. I appreciate it. We move on. Next week, we get smarter. We do our research, and we make the best feasible trades that we know that we can tolerate risk-wise. Okay. So it's a couple of trades throughout the week. Shopify, Apple. This was yesterday. I closed this. Let me see. Date sold, acquired. Yes, I bought this back yesterday, April 29th. Sold it the 23rd. They're making $222.84. This was in anticipation of earnings, which they had great earnings, but a lot of this is income trading. So you just want to sell it out of the money and allow it to erode over time, so you can collect more of the premium, or keep more of the premium that you receive when you first sell to open the trade. All right. Let's see, QCOM, a little bit of money in QCOM, Etsy, money in Etsy, Shopify. Okay, so if you look at this and you see shop here, shop there, I did a credit spread. This was 1050 sell to open, and this was the buy to open 1040. So you take the 3487.23 from 3040.75, and you get the profit. Okay, so let's do that quickly. See if I get it calculated here. So if you guys are looking at the screen and just want to kind of chop this up and do it yourself, or pause it and kind of see how the profit came. Like I said, Fidelity need to work on making this much easier to understand. This is why I'm a fund TD Ameritrade. They have it easy to understand. They break it all down. You can see everything. I mean, but yeah. So that's the profit that I pulled from this trade. Okay, it's $446.48, fees included. All right. You got Tesla 600 from 590. Same thing there. You take the 1563.25 minus Tesla 600 and 590 right here. 1410.75 minus 1410.75. And there you go. You get a profit on that credit spread, which is $152.05. And I took those trades when I was at work, or I closed them at work, which using the app is a bit difficult. You know, you got to kind of understand everything that you're doing and whatnot. So, okay, so that's that. That's the profit for this account for the week. Those were the two accounts that I traded Pinterest in. We took some L's, but it's okay. We're still up for the week. and that's what counts. Okay, so over time, all that helped build up your account over time. All right. And if you guys want to take a look here for my credit spreads total, I'm down $3,061.09 in this account. But also look, I give all of my trades time. June 18th, May 14th, June 4th, 4th, May 28th, June 4th, May 28th, and so forth. Okay. Some are down pretty good. ST&E is down 1281. Ring 376. Netflix were up a bit, but none of this bothers me because once again, I'm very comfortable with this risk in credit spreads. Naked puts, this is a very high leverage type of way of trading. And to be honest, selling naked puts or naked calls is much easier than managing credit spreads. Credit spreads just make it easy for you to go way out of the money, and it's cheaper for you to actually put these on. So it may cost me about $6,000 to put on 2 puts in Apple, but if I come here and do an Apple credit spread, it may only cost me about $1,000 or $1,500. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy. You can go ahead and pause your screen, take a look at this. More videos coming, especially educational videos. I know just throwing this stuff on the screen, some of you guys come and looking like, what is that? Trust me, it'll all make sense after a while. I'm now starting to get better at managing my time. I have a lot going on, but I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, subscribe. I will bring you more live trading when I get a chance. I actually think I may do a cover call live trading while the market is still open. So I'll be looking for that video. All right. I hope you all had a great trading day. Be easy. Take care of each other and have a good day. Peace.